Alright, you guys know the deal. We're going to go over Season 3, Episode 6 for Lovely Superstar. This is going to be the overall average for the rankings based on your guys' opinions, not my opinions. Of course, this episode was the episode where we had the girls do the Shanghai Fest and basically saved Cuckoo. So let's see where the girls rank.
カノン先輩たちが盛り上げてくれてるっす。ついに私たちも世界進出ですな。Me too。で、なんでそれがクークー先輩を助けることにつながるんだ。
私の目的は変わりません。アネジャの発言が本気かどうか、それをこの目で確認したいだけです。ごちそうさまでした。カノンちゃん、一緒に歌おう。でも私たち最高の瞬間を。
全員揃ったので、ここで一つ決めておきたいことがあります。ライブのセンターをどうするか。さカレーまで。私は見たいわ。
クークーがステージに立ち続ける姿を。皆さんにクークーちゃんを大声で呼んでもらいたいんです。上海のクークーちゃんの故郷。皆さんの声でこのステージに呼んでほしいんです。能一直看着我，以后也不断挑战自己吗？
So here are the overall results, and before I get to anything, I did decide to add another category. It's ranked by Americans. So this is only looking at people who put USA as the country of where they live. I figured that's my biggest audience. That's all in one country, so I'm going to do that. I consider expanding it to other areas, but I wasn't able to code it very easily with the functions. So we'll see if I can do that concisely at some point later. But for at least right now, it was pretty easy to add America. I just never really did for some reason. But anyways, you can see that, and I'll talk about that later. So here we have the results for the episode. So in first place, we have Cuckoo. Not a big surprise, but dang, that is quite a decent average, 3.21. So she really skyrocketed rankings, and you can see it reflected by getting the most first place votes and the least amount of last place and second last place votes in 10-11. And then we get to see Kano. She remains in second. No surprise, she's just been popular, and she was the solution this episode. So I could see why that gives some her boost. We got Sumina, she gets third. A slight boost, but not huge. I'm going to see that, she still remains popular. And there's definitely people who express opinions where they were hoping that she would be the solution and she would have a bigger role. I admittedly is one of those people that I really wish she did a little bit more. She did have play a bit of a role to get the ball rolling, I suppose, but that's about it. And then past that, we got Wien. She's still staying in a pretty decent spot in 4th place. She didn't do a whole lot this episode, but you can start seeing that she's becoming more soft, nicer to the rest of Liella, even though she still calls them enemies. You can see that she got her light sticks ready for a festival that she wasn't supposed to participate in. So you can see that she seems to be slowly warming up to them, especially Tomari and Kanong. And then we have Ren in 5th. That's pretty decent. Chizato's in 6th. Then we got Tomari in 7th. So she's not dead last anymore. Then we have Mei in 8th. Shigi in 9th. Then we have Natsumi in 10th. And Kineko 11th. So the second years are just claiming all the back places. And that seems to really be fortifies a trend where it kind of sucks for the second years here, where they've had a whole season beforehand, but now they're just all together in the back. Not a very great trend to see that they're all getting shafted like that. And of course, Kineko did very poorly as usual. She hasn't done well. And when I was looking at scenes for Shiki, I skimmed the episode, so I didn't look super hard, but I only found one scene, and it was her saying 2 words. Like, yikes. What did Shiki legitimately do in this episode? I don't know. Beyond just saying that. Maybe I missed one scene, but, like, dear lord, I could not get that much for any second years because they just aren't doing it a lot. And that's reflected in the rankings. So we can, of course, see the trends and see how it's going over the season. We're halfway done officially with the episodes. So, generally, where these girls are averaging right now, it's probably going to stay very similar to the end. Like, Kano's probably going to be the favorite after throughout the episodes. That's just, try to act surprised when that happens. Sumina will probably stay in second. Wien seems to be solidified to be, people seem to like her now. She is cooling off a little bit here and there, but, you know, she might get more development later in episodes, especially with Tomari. So we can see potential Tomari move up. Win probably still staying there. Kuku's in fourth, which is not too shabby. And then, of course, the one who's struggling the most is Kinoko. Look at all that red. Not good. She definitely needs a lot of help. And maybe she'll get some. Who knows? Maybe she'll be the next leader once all the girls leave. That could help, I suppose. But anyways, those are the trends. And I also decided to make ninth a slightly different color to help make things pop up more. And of course, if you want to know the demographics of viewers, I put them on screen right now for you guys to take a look at if you're curious to see where people come from. And of course, thank you to all the people who participated in this poll. Again, thank you to you guys for participating. You guys are what make this possible. So please keep participating, and hopefully maybe you guys can convince more of your friends or, I don't know, other fellow watchers to participate in the poll. Anyways, here are all the comments that I had for my poll, so you can feel free to pause and read them if you want. Some people explain their feelings of certain characters, and there are definitely people who have their own opinions. For some people, this was definitely a big boost for their opinion on Kuku, where, you know, she's just not the comedic relief character. You get to see, you know, what else is she like, what she's like with her family, and you get to see, you know, when she's not just goofing around a lot, how can she truly be. A lot of people said they found it nice seeing her say all the stuff in Chinese or Shanghaiese or whatever you want to say it is. So we definitely saw that. There were people who were saying that, you know, Sumina should have got more, and I'm definitely going to be one of those people. I felt like Sumina should have had a little bigger role. I get Kanon can play a role. I totally get it. But her being the solution, again, kind of like, yeah, really? And if you're wondering what the Japanese comment, someone wanted to rank their voices of all the seiyus. So, like, Kanon on top, then Sumina, and so on. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comments below. How did you feel about it? In general, it was nice seeing a different side of Kuku, seeing her family. We got to see her dad's face, which I was not expecting to see that. We got to see her sister, which was nice to see. And they had a festival in Shanghai. We got to go around and see a bunch of areas of Shanghai, which I thought was nice to see. I always like when the girls go to somewhere else and you get to see parts of the city. I always like that, and I hope they continue doing that. Because, you know, each group has done that, and each area has been different. So I think that was really fun to have. The song looked visually nice, but the song itself was kind of mid. Kind of feels like that's been a trend in this season. Hopefully they got some bangers left later. That's my hope, at least. But in general, like, seeing the backstory of Kuku was nice, and I didn't feel like it was lame or anything like that. And we get to see or deal with an issue that a lot of people go through, especially when they go to college and that or start thinking about it. It's not always the easy decision to do that. And the resolution, I felt, was adequate. And I know Kano was the one who brought it up and convinced her friend Kuku to do it. But hey, I guess it works. The fact that the Liella girls joined the live is mind-boggling stupid to me. Because there's no logical way that made any sense. But it's kind of like, oh, we're going to do the Disney moment where you guys forget everything. And who cares? Screw logic. We want to do this because that's nice that they're all performing together now. What the heck? I'm not gonna get over it. I'll complain about it to you guys later and from here on out. But out of like all moments that really just hurt my brain, this is probably one of the top ones in Love Live period. Because what the heck? This makes no logical sense. Why did you do this? This was not necessary. And you're just doing this because, oh, would it be cool if all of them performed? They didn't have to do that. And there was no explanation of how they could possibly be ready. They didn't set up anything. It's just, what did they do last minute? Like, oh shoot, we want them to perform though. But we already animated the rest of the story, wrote the story. I was like, oh, screw it. No one's gonna care, right? And what the heck? I mean, it doesn't really mess up the whole episode, but it kind of hurts. I don't know. I think it would have been honestly, personally fine if the Liella girls didn't perform, and then, Cuckoo really takes center stage and Kano's not there on the side and cheering. I feel like that could have been fine, honestly. But whatever. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comments below. I'm curious to see what you guys are, your opinions on it, and what do you think about the upcoming episode that we'll have in the next week. But anyways, I'm curious to see what you guys think about all that in the comments below. And thank you guys for watching. I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.